Okay. Hey folks, Scott Grove, Dr. Groovy, Groovy Music Lessons. Yep, it's the old Jew's harp, or the mouth harp, or the juice harp, or the, God, there's so many different harp names for this. Depends on if you're comfortable with saying, or the jaw harp. If you're comfortable with saying the word Jew, like J-E-W, yeah, like Jesus Christ. Yeah, that Jew. Some people didn't want to say that, or they misunderstood it, so they said juice, like orange juice or OJ juice. Other people just said, well, I'm not going to say the word Jew, so they just called it a mouth harp. Blah blah blah. Anyway, it's a country thing, and as you could tell from the very beginning of this, I have taken this to a different place. Okay, I have always wondered how this worked. I had one as a younger musician and always got my tongue stuck on this, and it would clip my lip and get on there and make it bleed and the whole nine. Well, put it this way, about 2 weeks ago, right after I got home from Hawaii, I think it was, that day I said, oh, I want to learn how to play that thing. But I didn't have one. But that didn't stop me. Why? Because I just went on YouTube, just put in Jew's harp and lessons, found a couple different people that actually kind of knew what they were doing. You can, once you're a teacher, you can tell when somebody knows what they're doing or not. Because if you get that old sound like I like, that boing, 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 you know that sound you get when you get a boner, the boing, or this here, I've got the door stop over here, this one. I know I should have shown it, but hey, it's just fun. Sometimes it's, leaving stuff to the imagination is more fun. Okay. So, I'm going to show you guys how to do this and do it right, according to me. Okay, again, I ordered it the day I got home, and I watched those lessons, and I said, I can do this now. I see how to do it. YouTube wasn't around back then, and the book that came with these wasn't worth a crap. So, it looked very easy. I went for the standard, like $5 one, if it's even that much. But here's exactly the way mine looked. You could pay a few hundred for some of these, that are a couple 100 years old or really fancy. But these do come in different keys, just like harmonicas, but they only give off one note. This one is in the key of E. I figured I would use this for the beginning, even though Folsom Prison Blues is actually in, F, or sometimes F sharp, or sometimes G, but never E, except for all of us who play it. We all play it in E for some reason, but it was always played and recorded in different keys. But since we all play Folsom Prison in E, and the band I'm currently playing with, we do like Orange Blossom Special, and it's just nice to add something like this there. But how do you get it loud? I'm going to tell you all this stuff, and how to do different things with it. You probably heard that I played it louder than some people in different places. Nobody else knows how to do that probably. I don't know. I didn't watch anything past those 2 videos, and I can't imagine anybody coming up with crap that my wacky brain comes up with. So I employed or invoked my knowledge of singing. Whenever you have to, you don't put your mouth near the microphone, your nose goes on the microphone. When you're humming, all the sound comes out of your nose. So you have to put your nose holes on the microphone. So if you're doing like, Toby Keith, I love this bar. So you're doing that, it comes out your nose. So you have to put your nose on the microphone. Same thing with this Jew's harp sometimes. And I'll explain that too. And also the talk box. You heard me doing a little Peter Frampton. And unless I did it really bad, or unless you just don't know, do you feel like I do? Anyway, so I'm going to show you the proper way to play these so that it doesn't pinch you. And I'm going to show you the proper way to do other things. And other things that I figured out that other people didn't show in the videos. And I picked this up in less time than it took to watch those videos. And you know my videos are always way too long, so you'll pick yours up and play it also before this video's done. I guarantee it. So anyway, again, the key of E, I got it just to do for those songs, and yes, it does make a difference. So actually put like the word key and K-E-Y if you're doing a YouTube search, I'm sorry, a eBay search where I got this. And then I'll probably get a G one also, because I just wanted to see if I can make it loud enough over a whole band situation to actually make this even worth taking on stage. I was going to get it no matter what, because I'm going to record with it. I've got some old recordings that I'm just going to remaster and just put that in it. Okay, so how do we do this? Okay, you've got your little dealie here you flick on. You can pick boogers. Okay, letting you hear it. Okay, so it actually goes, I'm going to do this so the camera will focus. It goes right in between. I'll cover up the whole thing, Scott, that'll make it easier. Okay, so it goes right from here where it's welded on all the way through here. It bends out here, and it's a certain length, a certain thickness, blah blah blah. The entire thing is to, it varies very shortly for different keys. So that's the thing that makes everything happen. But listen, now when you put that up to your mouth and get it the right way, okay, now doing all that little other sound you heard, that boing boing boing, that's my tongue. Okay, the middle part, right there, hitting the roof of my mouth, not me going. So don't get excited, it's not that. It's the middle of your tongue hitting the roof of your mouth. Okay, I had to come up with that on my own too. And how do you get them louder? I'll tell you that. So let's just get into it. I know my mind goes everywhere. You have to excuse me for that. It's just the way it is. Okay, I'll get back on track. That sound, we have to get rid of it because, let's go from the beginning. You stick that up there. It's going to hit your teeth, all that kind of junk. It's going to make all kinds of noise until you do something that none of these teachers taught me. Okay, so number one, when you have this thing in your hands, stick it in your left hand if you are right-handed. Okay, this thing poking out away from you. What that's called, I don't know. I don't even remember. I don't care. You can figure it out and tell me, or I'll find out after the video is released. Okay, so we'll call it this thingamadoodad. Okay, so you put your thumb on the back side of that thingamadoodad, right here where it touches the body of the juice harp, or the mouth harp, or whatever, the harp, we'll call it from here on out. Okay, so thumb up against that, just enough to shut up that sound. Now I'm letting it slap against my teeth. You don't ever want it to slap against your teeth, but it gets rid of. See, I'm taking my thumb away. So it sounds like you're taking utensils, slapping them against your teeth. Now you just hear metal hitting your teeth, and it's not flapping and doing all that crap. Okay, so let's do this thing. Yeah, it's 10 minutes. I haven't showed you anything, but check it out. What you do with these things. I just love it. I just do. You have to, again, thumb here, and then you have your first finger up top, and then your middle finger down bottom. Peace sign. Left hand. Hold on to it. Put your thumb there, and you've got it. Okay? The rest of it, I know it might feel weird there because the rest of it's going to be supported in your mouth, remember? So if it feels like it's wanting to fall back this way, it's because the rest will be between your teeth and between your lips. Okay, here's how we get it to not bite you. Okay, so again, we've got it like this. Thumb up against there, and the further back you could place your thumb, the better. You'll notice if you get too far, it's no longer even playable. But if you get your thumb back there right where it's, you know, welded to it or whatever, you'll feel it. Just move it back and forth until it sounds right. Okay, let's get it sounding right. Okay, you actually have to take these metal things. You see how they are square. Okay, they look, let me do this again, maybe it'll, there you go. Okay, there you go, good shot. Those things have to fit actually in between your teeth. Okay, so you're not over the top of it at all. You're on the back side of it. Okay, so you're back here. Again, let me try to get that in focus. You're back on the back side of it. So these parts are angling down on the top and the part angling up here on the bottom will actually be like on this tooth. You got two teeth here in the front that are your big rabbit teeth. If you're missing those teeth, you're pretty much SOL. You could try it on the sides, but whatever. So you actually put your teeth on the metal. Okay, I'm going, here's the first one and then the second one. You don't bite down on it. You just put your teeth like that. Okay, it's just touching them. Okay, so it has to touch them. Then you actually put your lips on the top and on the bottom. So you have this. Okay, and I'm keeping my tongue out of the way so it doesn't get pinched because your tongue goes nowhere near this thing. Okay, so you're there. Then your lips actually lay there so you can still talk. Then I could do this and I could talk and I could do whatever. So I know that's a lot of hair in the way. But they just comfortably just go in there. You don't down on them. You just put them on there. If you let go, it'll fall out. There's no pressure that you put down. Just stick it right on there. Then insert teeth where they go. And again, try to get at the end of it right about the middle of that last of your bunny teeth. Over, get her, and get it in there, and try it. I'm going to move my thumb backward a little bit. It was too far this way to make it do anything. Okay, so now I'm letting up the pressure on my thumb. I'm pushing too hard, so you'll let up the pressure. Don't push so hard to bring it back, and when it finally works, you know you have every single one of these things happening at once. If you hear anything buzzing, it'll be rattling against your teeth. You just put your lips tighter, just a little bit, and press tighter back against your teeth. Make sure they're solid against your teeth, but don't bite down, because you can't bite down. You're on the down and upgrades on them. You're not on the top of it. And as you move your mouth, just go ow, 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 ow. But then quit saying stuff. Go. Just like you do at the talk box. You never actually ever say anything. You just move your mouth like as if you were to be saying something. And that's what makes the first part of these sounds. So you start saying ow. Okay, now we're going to get louder. Okay, you have to go practice to get it to that point. Everything else is up to you. So from there, making the sound, loosening up everything till everything works perfectly, that's up to you to get it now. That's how you do it. There's no other way to do it. Keep your tongue out of the way. Okay, your tongue has nothing to do with this at all until 5 minutes from now. Now I'm going ew, ew. Okay, that's where you get the country sound, is from the ew. Okay, so again, I'm not afraid to look stupid. I do it every day. So go ew, 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 ew to get that country thing. But don't say anything with your voice box. Just go ew, but don't say anything. Now go eow. So ew and then ow. Yow. Okay? Yow. 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 Okay? E-E-O-W. Yow. Now you're down home. Now go boing to 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 boing boing. Yes, you heard me. See, you hear my teeth. So whatever you say without doing it is using like a talk box, and you're going to get more cool effects than most people who pull these things out. Okay, now we're going to make the volume of this like 10 times louder. This is what nobody else shows you, and nobody else showed me, so I came up with this one. Again, this kind of came from the talk box thing, because some people don't do this on the talk box, and it will amplify even your amplified talk boxes a lot more than the underpowered power amp that's inside those. It'll do it like 10 times and it gets a lot louder, and this gets a lot louder now. So it sounds loud now. This is what brings it to the stage. Okay, just go. You got the foggy window and you want to get your breath on it, wipe it, and be able to see through it. That's what you do. But as loud as I'm doing it, but just back it off enough so you don't hear. Okay, now you're going to have all this crap in your face too. So push it as hard as you can without making the breath sound. Okay? So now here's without it. Now I'm going to add the breath. Now that's sucking in. It gets even louder going, taking a breath in. So if you work on a harmonica, if you play harmonica like I do as well, you add that to this. And again, nobody else knows breath control from a harmonica other than harmonica players. So now you do the talk box, you do breathing out to get it 10 times as loud, roughly. Breathe in to get it another 5 times louder than that, and that works for you. I know, it seems weird, it's like Lamaze class, but you do that in conjunction with talkbox skills and the tongue, which we're going to add just in a couple seconds now, and you're going all over the flipping place and doing things with this that nobody has imagined doing before, and still only one note, E. Okay, so here we have this normal. Shape your mouth different. Me changing here was my tongue getting closer to the harp, so it's way back there. Loosening up my thumb a little bit so you can make it work. That's good there. Now I'm going to move my tongue closer. Okay, so at the very end I breathed in, that's why it got really loud, but that was my tongue like this, going, okay, not this part getting closer, but the top, the middle, right there, going, getting closer to the harp. So if anything, touch the tip of your tongue to the bottom of your mouth and let the middle part come towards the harp. Like you're saying the letter E, okay? E, what your tongue naturally does when you're saying E. Okay, not E. That's for something else. That's E. Say E-I-E-I-O. Now do it with some breath. E-I-E-I-O. E-I-E-I-O. So I'm going to do E-I-E-I-N and O out. So E-I out, E-I-N, and O out. Just to show you the difference in volume. E-I-E-I-O. E-I-E-I-O. You can hear the breath. E-I-E-I-O. That was me hitting my tooth. I'm losing my grip. I'm getting slobbery. E-I-E-I-O. 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 It's all in. Listen to it going all in. There it is. That's all in. Out and in. It keeps falling out of my face. The more stuff you try to add to it, the more likely it's bound to fall out of your mouth. You know the feeling, right? Okay, now let's implore the tongue, doing boing, like we did down there. Do that, go boing, but do that with your tongue. Don't try to say the word boing, but make the top of the part of your mouth go all like you think, like the tip was doing, but the middle of your tongue against the roof of your mouth, and you get. I'm not trying to say anything. I'm not using talk box techniques at all. That's what I'm doing. Now with breath. Okay, so you see all kinds of different ways to go now. So you can add all kinds of things in with it. Do you feel like I do? There's do you feel like I do is what I'm saying. Do you feel? I'm gonna get in there. Do you feel like I do? Like I do. Okay, again my thumb wasn't in the right place. Just getting wet here. Do you feel like I do? And then your tongue might hit it. Do you feel? As soon as you say feel, your tongue wants to hit your front teeth. When you say L, do you feel? It's just the way it goes. And that's when you're going to get your tongue stuck in your harp. So watch it. Do you feel? See, that's hard to do. Do you feel? So breathe harder so they can hear the L, if that's what you're doing, or anything. I'm just trying to help you get through the letters of the alphabet here, if you want to do this particular type of thing. Do you feel? That's breathing in, so much louder. Do you feel? But if you're breathing in, okay, again, reason I mentioned my nose earlier and did that whole thing about talking about that is when you're breathing in, put your nose on top of the microphone, directly on it. Try to get some snot on that thing, because that's where the sound comes from when you're breathing in. It's not going to project. Even though it's so much louder, it's louder coming out your nose is what's happening. Okay? When you're breathing out, it's loud coming out of your mouth. It's not coming from your nose. So you put your whole face up against there and just realize that when you're breathing in, it's coming out your nose. Okay, so that's basically it. Yeah, a half hour on a juice harp? Yeah, why not? It takes as long as it takes to teach something, folks. I know my videos are long, but I don't leave anything out. And I'll repeat something 30 times if I feel the need. If you don't feel the need, like I said, you probably had this over with 29 minutes ago, and you don't need me. But for some other people, it takes longer. Yeah, I have problems with my brain, so what? I get by. But I get to the point eventually, and it's always at the end of the video. So, for those of you who have noticed that, skip to the end. Quit bitching and skip to the end. Get to the point. That's where it's always at. Okay, so... But I just wanted to do this. A song called Fishing in the Dark. Cool tune. You and me go fishing in the dark. That just has it at the beginning. It's acoustic guitar and the juice harp. And Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, if you need to look it up on YouTube. Listen to it. Acoustic guitar. Is there one here? Yeah, there's one. I'm not going to play the actual song because for some reason I always get taken down for copyright infringements, but everybody else can play the real songs on here. Okay, and the E one would work fine because it's in the A chord. It's your fifth, so this would be fine. And yes, if you play this in a song with an F, it sounds horrid. So you do want to get different keys, or at least ones that will fit within the chord or the key that you're playing, and leave it out when it goes to a chord. Just like a harmonica, you can't get everything you want. You know, you still have to play with the chords here, oddly enough. So you got to keep your theory in your brain when you can or cannot play this thing. So. That's all I wanted to do with it. That noise. And there's not a good one on my keyboard. And they hardly ever put one on a keyboard that sounds like that, because only us country hicks want this sound, love this sound, cream when we hear this sound. And I couldn't be happier with this than I am with any guitar in this place. This is as much fun as anything. I've waited longer to get this right. So this is the new fun toy. Okay, so that's it. If employ your talk box techniques, if you know any, I've got videos here how to do them. If you know how to play harmonica, whatever, it's going to be amazing for you that way. If you don't know that crap, I've got a video on harmonica. You can learn how to play that too, and then employ all those different techniques into this. Harmonica techniques only, just breathing techniques, and everything else, and like I said, talk box things, and just breathing in and out, and when your nose has to be on a microphone to make it louder if you're taking it on stage. So again, the juice harp, the mouth harp, the meat whistle, I don't know, the bonophone, all that crap, whatever you want to call it. The longest lesson in the world on one of these. Again, I'm Scott Grove at GroovyMusicLessons.com, and I find this to be an actual beneficial lesson. Hope you did too, and I hope you enjoy and the other people who play these. Hope you found something else useful that you can do with them instead of just going boing. You know, yeah, that's always our first goal. But know now, all you other teachers, that you can teach that as well. And please do. You don't have to give me credit ever. Just you learn from other people just like I did. I learned from you guys how to get this in my mouth and how to make the initial noise. And then I learned how to actually mute it, like but by knowing you have to have a damper finger for slide guitar, I'm using a damper thumb for this, which nobody seems to do. But right there it is, and it made all the noise in the world, and by God, it cleaned up the sound of this immediately. So don't forget the damper thumb right there, and work with where it goes, because it's not going to be in the middle, it's going to be way back here. And then if it's not making a noise, remember, your thumb is there. So lighten up on it after it's in your mouth, because if you take your thumb away, guess what happens? So you guys be groovy. Have fun with that thing, man. $5-6. Don't pay more than that for them, unless you just want some vintage antique thing. But you want something you can throw around and the kids can stomp on. No, if you stomp on them, they're screwed. But yeah, get these little cheap ones. Get them all day long. Take care. Happy sucking and blowing and boinging. Okay, bye guys.